Hi, welcome to Pep Talks with Tanya. Today I want to talk about how to overcome limiting and negative beliefs to lead your most fabulous Gone with the Wind experience. But I'm serious. I really want to just discuss how I use certain tips and tactics, but it goes beyond tips and tactics. How I truly overcame my limited beliefs. And to even really discuss this, what is a limited belief? What do you mean? So I'm going to go into what it is and what you can do going forward to live your most limitless life. So what is a limited belief, for example? So when I was growing up, I know the adults around me, God bless them, they took care of me, but they were really heavy on struggle. Like I felt like everything that you wanted, anything that you wanted, you either couldn't get it, or if you even got it, you had to nearly kill yourself for it. And that's how I was raised. I was also raised to believe, like kind of when it rains, it pours type situation, or it's always something. Something happens and it's always something. It's what you would expect in life. If something's negative, something non-positive is going to always happen to you. And these are the kind of things I was raised with. I really was raised with that. And another thing was just like, when it came to like monetary things, we kind of look at the rich person or super rich person as being a bad person or a negative person. And that's how I was raised. Like, those were the bad people. They're here to take. You have to be pious and poor to be in line with God and all these beliefs. And I just think about that sometimes and I just shake my head. And it's not their fault. They're getting it from their parents. They're getting it from TV. They're getting it from their friends or what have you. And what it does, it forms your personality. When you're a child, you're mostly subconscious. Your subconscious is just open. Your conscious is, you really have none. So I was just absorbing all of that with no type of barrier, no type of filter to tell me this was literally just a load of crock, a load of BS that did not benefit me at all, that set me into this victim mindset. And what it is, it forms what is known as a paradigm in your brain. And we all have paradigms. It's basically just a habit that's like programmed in your subconscious that controls your behaviors. And it controls your behaviors so much that you don't even know you're doing them. You just see the results and you're like, what's going on? Like, I've been trying to do this thing, but I keep getting these same results. And it's like, you have to rewrite your program, rewrite your paradigm. And how do you rewrite your program? How do you rewrite that? Change that paradigm, because you just make it into something else. You have to start recognizing that a lot of that was BS. And when you hear it, you got to start filtering it out. So, of course, because I was used to hearing that kind of negative things, I wouldn't say I sought it out, but in a way, I guess I sought it out. If I see a situation, I would only see the part that fit my narrative, which is, struggle narrative. And then I'm like, this doesn't feel good. Like, your body tells you when something doesn't feel good. Your soul, your intuition tells you, like, this is not it. This is not for me. And I just started to read up. Reading really helps as well. But I started to take myself out of it a little bit. Back up a little bit. Because it's a program. So you don't, like I said, you don't even know you're doing it. But you can begin to choose. Right? I always say choose what you're going to focus on, and therefore it will slowly begin to change your life. Or quickly. It doesn't be slowly, it could be quickly. So what I started to do, and it's funny, I was thinking about that, what I started to do is sort of like to stop the negative self-talk, because that would carry on into my whole life with relationships, with work. I just had that like feeling like, kind of like I'm not enough. And it just was horrible. When I look back, I'm like, oh God. So one of the first things that I did that really helped me is I started to have gratitude for things. Started to look in my life, that so-called negative life, and look for things that I can have gratitude for. And no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, you can have gratitude for something in your life, even if it's just like, hey, I saw the sunlight today. I saw a daytime today. I am making this video. I am whatever. I am breathing. Like you can find so many things. I'm laying in the bed. I have a roof over my head. I mean, I can name 20 different things right now that I can have gratitude for. I begin to think about that. I begin to look at my life and be like, even though I had this situation and I feel this way, I still have a lot of blessings in my life. And it's like once my focus started to look at that focus, started looking at those blessings, I'm like, okay. And it's like more and more of that would come into my life. Like I'm telling you, you look around, you can always have gratitude and blessings for everything. And that helped a lot. Because when I'll be like, life sucks, then I'll counter it with, look, Latanya, you're healthy. You got a job, like you paid your bills. Like you can always have something. So that really started to change and build my program for me and start to change things where I would get filtered in, because you get filtered in all kinds of information. Think of the internet, your friends, TV, and start to have me filtering it where I wasn't before. I was just accepting and receiving everything and taking everything and begin to start to filter, like, this doesn't make me feel good about myself, so why would I focus on that? Let me start focusing on that. And you start to block and filter. So the only thing that comes into your life comes into your conscious mind, at least, is beautiful things. And that starts to, in fact, change your life because your focus has been changed. So that was one of the hugest things. And I still do it to this day, is this. I either pray or just think like every day, like, oh, I thank you, God, for this, like it's beautiful. And so that was like one of the ways. Another thing that like changed my life for me, and also just sort of opened my mind to just things, is that for me, even if it's just like stretching, any kind of movement in my life, like even if it's just stretching, even if it's meditating, whatever your thing. My biggest thing that I love, and I have videos about this, where it's like I have my gratitude walk once a week, but I do those walks all the time. When I walk in the park, or when I just any kind of physical movement, but especially walking in the park, that's that New York accent coming out. But when I walk in the park, that's when amazing things and ideas come into my life. And it also was a bit of gratitude. I'm walking around and I'm looking at the beautiful nature. And it's like you connect your mind. God is already through you, but it's like a connection. It's like an opening and an unblocking of things. And that's where ideas flow. I think about my day. I think about things that may have happened. And I think how I want to move forward. And that was one of the things that really started to get me out of everything. And so, I'm having this gratitude, I'm moving, I'm thinking about things and I'm in a certain light, in a certain manner. And that for me got me to seeking knowledge, got me into reading all these wonderful, wonderful books that I've spoke about and things that I can read, I can talk about now. But I started to gather knowledge, and I'm like, oh, this whole manifesting, changing your subconscious, reprogram, this has been around for a long time. This is not new. And I started to read, like generally learn about these things. And it's something about reading something. Yeah, you can read, till you're blue in the face. But it's the application into your life. It's applying it directly into your life. And that's what I started to do. And the key thing, and I've said this so many times, I don't know how much more I can say it. And this is found everywhere. If you're religious, you've heard this. Everything is created already. Everything is created. Those things that you desire, to desire something is to already have it. So if everything is created already, then why are you fighting that version of you that no longer aligns with you? And I started to say, aha, I had like the biggest aha moment. All you do is just choose that version of you that you desire to be. Live from that version. And honestly, you don't, and once you start living from that version, you're not allowing that narrative, those strange and unwanted consequences that's going on, those do not matter. They really don't. Because if creation is already finished, Exodus 3:14, I am who I say I am source, I am everything, and you truly know that, and you just go there and you just kind of sit back and you start to realize, and that really just opened up my whole life. Like, it was like when I thought about when I like applied, I wanted to be a forensic scientist since I was a child, and people thought it was strange. It was like, what? That's so different than anybody that you're around. And of course that affected me. But when I was like, everything's already created and this is something that I want to do, I'm just going to do it. That's it. Period. It's done, actually. It's already done. Some say do nothing. But the thing about it is when you go to the end, when you know that creation is already finished, whatever you do or whatever you don't do, it really doesn't matter because you're going on the right path. So it's not about struggling so much about, oh my gosh, I really got to do this. I really got to say these affirmations. I really got to make sure I act right. And no, what you know is if creation is already done and you're complete and you're connected, God is moving through you and to you, you're going to have inspired action or you don't do. So whatever you do or don't do doesn't matter. It's done. You just go there and stay there and let things unfold. So don't let negative self-talk get you even, I won't say get you down, because it can get you down. But know that that is an illusion. That is a straight up bald-faced lie. You are everything. You are so complete. You are source of everything in your life. I am who I say I am. You have everything you desire regardless, in spite of whatever's occurring in your life. You just move to that and know that. Truly know it. Don't believe it. I would even say don't assume it. I mean, really, truly know it. And just go there and that's it. That's really it. So I love you. Have the most blessed day, and I'll be speaking to you soon. Bye.